you are light, great and majestic. Yeah, yeah. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but you will remain. So I say, there's no greater, no greater, no greater. There is no greater. There's no greater, no greater, no greater. There's a name I have ever known. You swear by your name with blood. Oh, there's no greater love, no greater love. The only one who can save us all. You catch me when I fall. You catch me when I fall. So I magnify your coldest name. No name is greater than you. There's no greater, no greater, no greater name I have ever known. There is no greater, there's no greater, no greater name I have ever known. There's a name I have ever known. It gives me hope to speak your name. I'm not ashamed to say Yahudah, Yahudah. You are worthy to be praised. I need your presence in this place. So much power in your name. There's no greater, no. There's no greater, no greater, no greater, no greater, no greater, no greater, no name, no name greater. There's no greater, 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 no greater. No greater, there's no name under the sun that's greater than yours, Yahudah. No greater, hallelujah. No name greater than yours. No name greater than yours. No greater, no, no. No name is greater than yours. No name is greater than yours.
Order up. Caribbean Kitchen Foods offer 7 unique blends of premium, low-sodium Jamaican seasoning that will add a burst of flavor to your dishes. Our authentic, all-natural Jamaican seasonings are a game changer when it comes to adding a burst of flavor to your dishes. Our products are kosher, all-natural, contains ingredients that are gluten-free and GMO-free. Our seasonings are handcrafted with the highest quality ingredients. We source our ingredients from the Caribbean to capture the authentic taste of the islands. Unleash your creativity in the kitchen and savor the taste of the Caribbean with our spice blends. Enjoy our variety of seasonings that are flavor-packed to deliver the best taste for your dishes. Get ready to create delicious meals that will excite your taste buds and leave your guests asking for more. Try our exclusive curry and jerk seasonings for an extraordinary cooking experience. Our blends are an excellent choice for chicken, meat, fish, and vegan dishes. Add a burst of flavor to your cooking with our top quality Jamaican seasonings. Grab one of our bundles and enjoy the taste of the islands.
Shalom, shalom, Miss Picard. Let me do a quick sound check. Let's see. Hey, family. Let me do a quick sound check right here. Hey, Miss Picard, if my audio sounds okay, if you could please just put a 1 in the chat. Please just put a 1 in the chat if my audio sounds okay. Just want to do a quick sound check off the top. Thank you, brother Rick S. Sis Saul, shalom, Ema. I always appreciate you, Ema Saul, Ema Cassandra. Big shout out, big shalom to our moderators. Thank you, Ms. Picard, for helping out. Shalom, everyone that's in the chat, everyone that's dialing in, everyone that's online. Shalom. All right, well, just some administrative stuff real quick, family. So as you saw, there was you saw Lorvin's music is called Greater. He has a release called Greater. It's been out for a while, but you can get it today. It's a beautiful, beautiful song, family. So check it out. You can grab it on iTunes, Amazon, through your normal outlets. So definitely support. It's an awesome song. Most High willing, I'm going to be adding that to my videos, my intros. It's such a beautiful song. Then also you saw the commercial that comes from Moray Vaughn. That's Caribbean Kitchen. He specializes in low sodium seasoning. That's low sodium seasoning. So if you're like me and you're wanting to make sure you don't get a whole lot of sodium intake, trying to control your sodium intake, Moray Vaughn's Hebrew kosher tasty seasoning is the way to go, family. And just to let you know, he is from the islands now. He's from Jamaica, so he can get a little spicy, a little spicy. So, but yeah, definitely support him, fam. Oh, going out of focus. But yeah, definitely show your support, family. And shalom. Well, family, we are in for a treat today. I know everyone's probably watching the news to see if Iran's gonna press the button, but they hadn't pressed the button yet. But I have an idea, a great thought as to why they haven't pressed the button and possibly what they are waiting on. So Most High willing, definitely, I think, family, you want to tune in tomorrow, because tomorrow, family, I'm telling you, it is a major milestone for Israel. For us here in diaspora, for the Limba in South Africa, I mean, tomorrow is it, as far as a milestone, as far as something that happened in history that we need to be aware of, that tomorrow is actually the anniversary of. So Most High willing, we will touch on that, Ms. Picard, or actually tomorrow. So Most High willing, if Iran don't press that button tomorrow, we will be here. So, but yeah, family, just wanted to always love bringing awareness to our Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters and elders, especially when they have awesome products, especially those that are in the film industry. And let me tell you, family, we have a treat tonight. In just a moment, I'm going to bring on Elder Dawid. I've known Elder Dawid for a bit, and actually Elder Dawid doesn't know this, but he has helped me tremendously in the past, as far as getting me prepared with survival training and some of the things that I have around the home. He helped get me acclimated to it, trained on it. I'm telling you, he's a man of many talents, but one of his major talents, family, is the film industry, which is where he's come from. And what I want to do, family, is bring him online here and just introduce him to you. And also we'll talk about the movie that's getting ready to drop, because they're putting together an awesome movie that all of us Israelites need to support, family, that we need to support. I know we say that all the time, but especially, after looking through history, family, being a student of history and watching things like Black Wall Street and Red Summer and, all this other stuff. One thing that I have learned over the years, family, is I've learned, just being a student of history, I've learned that we are at our best. We are most powerful when we support our own, when we don't have to go out beyond the walls of Jerusalem, but we can stay within the walls of Jerusalem and serve ourselves. That is when we are powerful. And Black Wall Street is just one of those great examples. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in Elder Dawid, and let's give him a round of applause in the chat. I think there's some applause emojis in there, but give him a round of applause in the chat, and let's welcome Elder Dawid. How you doing, Elder?
Shalom, shalom, brother Benaiah, man. Blessings to your house, man. I so appreciate and respect you for your many talents, for your diligence, for your labor of love. It's just been an amazing journey. Having known you for quite some time in the walk and just seeing the way that the Most High has blessed you, man, and placed you in this very niche place, this niche place that very few can tread in. The authenticity that you bring and how genuine you are, and your spirit just comes through. I'm just blessed to know you and to call you a brother and to have this relationship, as well as for your humility in sharing your platform with us as we continue to go forward and launch out into our assignment as well. So Torah.
Well, thank you, Elder. You may not remember this. This look
I
familiar?
do. I do. I do. I do.
So I'm gonna put this on. You may
Hallelujah.
and family. If you do, you still offer this on your website?
Yeah, so for those that don't know, the brother just pulled up a necklace. I started a company called House of Dawid. I needed to do that as a way of maintaining my creativity and having an outlet. So I started to make jewelry, and we've been very successful. You can check us out at houseofdawid.com. I've had to redirect a few things. We went from just stone necklaces into higher premium things like diamonds and tanzanite and sapphire, because we really want to be excellent and do good business, as if but with I would say this without making an excuse, as it's a Hebrew business. We just want to do very good business, the same way that you do phenomenal scholarship. It's just scholarship. It just happens to come from one that is Torah observant. So that makes it Hebraic and aligned with Torah. But it just is what it is, because those are the optics that we look through. So I'll stop right there. But yeah, how would that
All right. Yeah, but definitely check it out. I know when me and Elder Dawid was in the same assembly, one of the things that everybody was rocking, I kept seeing everybody putting on these necklaces. I was like, man, what? I was like, who's the brother that's putting these necklaces together? They fire, man. And it turned out to be Elder Dawid, and I was like, so I had to get me a necklace, family. And like I said, there was a whole bunch of people that was rocking Elder Dawid's necklaces around the.
And brother Benaiah, one thing that was at least what 6-7 years ago.
It was a minute ago.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that just speaks to, like, we try to put out quality products. So that's just a great testament right there, Toda.
Yep. And it's still looking good. Still one of those things you put in for special occasions. I
Yes.
don't do it when I'm going out to do yard work or nothing like that, right? So, this is when I got my Hebrew garb on. You kind of want to be seen, right? So you put on one of Elder Dawid's necklaces, and you're good. You're good.
Toda. Bless you.
Yeah, but so the reason, like I said, family, the reason why we're here, family, is Elder Dawid, man. They're dropping a new film. Is it a short film, Elder?
It's a short film experience that is going to be somewhat of a proof of concept, as well as a trust building mechanism, as we go forward and shoot the feature film.
Okay. And I guess before we get started, I guess we can start bringing on the cast and crew.
Yes.
So I'll leave that up to you, Elder Dawid. You just call them out, call our Mishpachah out, and I'll start adding them into our live here.
Okay, awesome. Well, all praise to the Most High. We thank Him for this opportunity. We thank you again, Benaiah, for opening up your platform to allow us to bring on the cast of Consequences. Consequences was a film that my brother Lovins and I had been discussing, because there's a huge gap in content for the conscious community. Well, I say that loosely. Let's just say for the Israelite tradition, for us to have content that our family can sit down and value and appreciate, and then see faces that we recognize, and it not just be just ho-hum and average. So Lovins and I have been talking about it. So let's go ahead and bring in my brother Lovins, who played the character of Asaph. Shalom, my brother. How you doing?
Think you're on mute, my brother, Lovins.
I always do that, man. Shalom, everybody. Hey, it's stuck with me now. Shalom, everybody. Shalom, Israel, and all those that are joining the fold as well, man. Benai, of course, you already know we work together. So, and Haj, you already know we work together, man. Love y'all. Appreciate you, Benaiah, for having us. Yes, I am Asaph, one of the characters in the movie Consequence, and it's befitting that my name would be Asaph in that. So I'm glad to be here. Just to be able to talk about the movie and what to be expected, and really some of the things that are going on that the Most High has placed us in such a time as this,
Yes.
honing our relationship through time, just to be able to put out product that is worthy for Israel to be able to see and be edified at the same time, like how she said. So,
Yes. Yes. So, Toad, I love you right back, brother. One of the challenges for myself as a writer and a director is not only to find talent, but also when you find that talent, ensure that you write something, you create something that allows them to be the character to be themselves, to allow Lorvins to be himself. And he has a phenomenal relationship with a brother named Jay Lunch, who we got to bring in the building, where I was able to write something that just allowed these two to be so comfortable with one another that that relationship just comes across on screen. Go ahead, let's bring our brother Jay Lunch. Shalom, shalom, my brother. How you doing today?
Hey, shalom, shalom, Elder. I am doing well. It is awesome to be here. It's awesome to be getting involved and just have a great time and supporting the mission here. I'm excited to see everything that's happening right now.
Father's good. Our brother Jay Lunch, he plays the character of Soul, who is Asaph's right-hand man, who helps to strengthen him in his convictions, so that he does do what he know that he should do. And we all need that, brother. To act like we don't need somebody is it's a delusion, I would say. That, and so many are arrogantly operate as if they don't need somebody. But these two brothers, they poured it across on the screen, and I'm thankful. But we gonna bring up this threefold chord that's not easily broken. We started out with just Lorvis and Jay Lunch, and we had another person cast it, but it fell through. And guess who just happened to be a ram in a bush who was ready to seize the day? Our sister Yapa Q, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Our sister, our sister Yapa, brother Renea. She came in, she brought such amazing energy because the rest of the cast is all men. So she brought this feminine energy that was just so magnetic, so charismatic. That was absolutely what we needed. And she played the character of Alexandra. She did a phenomenal job. I'm definitely blessed that she was able to do that.
Thank you. All praise.
Oh, well, welcome, everybody, everyone, family. Mr. Pekah, if you can give him a clap emoji in the chat. We welcome all of our guests. Shalom. And actually, Elder Dawid, I don't know if Mr. Pekah knows your background as far as your expertise in film. I mean, you mind sharing some of that with family, just to let everyone know that you're not new to this. I mean, you've been doing this for a while.
Right. That's a great segue. Thank you for that, brother. Brother Anthony. I am, Haji Golightly. I'm the son of William, who's the son of Daniel, who's the son of Freeman, who's the son of George. Those are my patriarchs that I always, realize that I'm standing on their shoulders. In the Israelite tradition, I'm known as, Elder Dawid. But before I came to being in Israel, I was in the industry for over, I guess, about 20 years now. I've been doing things here and there in the industry. Very, very familiar, functioning in various capacities. And there came a time where, as I said, I walked away from the acting to start, and then I started designing jewelry. But sometimes the Father will have you positioned at a certain season in your life. And it was on my heart. I was impressed that it was time for me to stop acting and start being real. And through the process of being real and discovering who I was as a child of the Most High God, as an Israelite, as a descendant of a royal house of Dawid, and our brother Benea, we've had conversations about that. And you share some phenomenal documentation that really proves this case. And then and you asked me a question. You said, "Brother, do you understand it?" I said, "Brother, I absolutely understand it. What do you think the name of my company is? House of Dawid. I believe it 100%." So I have been immersed in the industry for quite some time. Like I said, functioning in many different capacities, and I've shot several short films. But I think that this is my crowning achievement, the best thing that I've done so far, because now I'm not doing it for any superficial reasons, versus I'm doing it because I know that the Most High has put a calling on my life to share the gifts that He's been giving me at such a time as this. And it is absolutely my pursuit to do that with excellence, as well as to build a tribe, a group that is with me, right beside me. And that's why I'm thankful for you, Agbanea, Haki Lorvins, Jay Lutch, and your pop for lending and trusting me to display their gifts in a positive way, without judgment, and as well as putting them in the best light, because it's really not about me. It's really about the work and the narrative. And I think that it's a way for us to tell beautiful parables without having to say everything. And this is essentially what the Messiah did. So we want to do some of those narratives and go forward and just, give the Father the praise and the glory through our actions and through the things that we create.
Yeah, and actually, as you was talking, Elder, one of the things that came to mind was, especially being a social media guy, right? There's this thing called shadow banning. Just for the benefit of those who may not be familiar with what shadow banning is, it's a way or a tool that these social media giants or owners, or whatever you want to call them, that they try to limit the spread of the awakening. I mean, they're in full panic mode right now. So they're trying, any and everything that they can do to try to slow down this awakening. Shadow banning is just one of those tools, and it's the way it manifests, especially on YouTube, fam, is they will do. I'm trying to not get too technical. I'm a programmer by trade, but just to let you know, there are some things that they can do to reduce your views. There are things that they can do to reduce your audience. And in fact, YouTube has admitted to such, in the paper. Like, I think there's like in the Wall Street Journal or USA Today, I think we have, multiple editorials where, Google has admitted to saying, because they've been working with companies like the ADL and some of these other guys to, shut down this awakening. But it's hard, family, to try to get this awakening out. Well, I say that. I say that, but it's not really hard for the Most High. Of course, we know that, because in just the flip of a switch, or in one tweet, the Most High got the awakening up and running through Brother Ron Dalton and Lorvins and those guys and Kyrie Irving in just one tweet. So Most High's gonna get it done regardless. But I guess the point I was just trying to make, family, is that with all this shadow banning, family, it's a blessing to be able to have other avenues to be able to reach family. And this is another powerful tool to be able to reach family through movies, through film. And I guess at some point, we'll talk about where it's offered, where people can see it, where you plan on releasing it, that sort of thing.
Yes.
But just kind of dig in a little bit as to what was your motivation into creating the film. How did it come about, and then we can pull in our experts who participated in it, just to see how they what their experiences were in the film as well. But what was your motivation for bringing this film to pass?
Like I said, thank you for that question. it was something that our brother Lovis and I had been discussing, and then I had a moment in my schedule where I could take some time off and do this, because I just wanted to share something creatively, in the form of a story that uh, was representative or an analogy of our forefathers. I don't want to give too much of the story away, but I wanted to make it a modern depiction of a man's struggle to maintain his faith. So you really don't know what your faith is absent of challenge. So I had to, structure it in a way where we could see the challenge and the struggle that this character has to maintain his faith, because whether we know it or not, there are a lot of people who had the opportunity to go behind the curtain to see back there, and they chose for moral purposes and their own convictions to not go the way that was very, very, which was a great option for them, and it was financially viable. However, it required that they compromise themselves, they lose who they are. And so this story is somewhat of an homage to that, because there are more people that have walked away than we know. It's very near and dear to me, because that was a part of my story, as well as our brother Lauren's story. So as we were considering ideas, this definitely rose to the forefront. And then I had to decide that, how I was going to tell the story, because I'll be honest with you, man, I love action film. I love action film. I love suspense. I love even, I love all genres, but I think that it's important that you write something that you're capable of doing it, that really interests you, and then that passion will ignite others. They'll be able to see your joy and your process in going about to try to produce something excellent. So I set up a production company, Brother Benea, One Lion Productions, and we went out and we invested in lights. I invested in just like cinema cameras, multiple cameras. We got, DSLRs that shoot phenomenally. We got drones. We shoot with drones. So we're trying to be a full production company where we can do films that inspires us. And that really was the genesis of it. And I'll let Orvins tell a side of the story of how it kind of began on his side of things, because I can't take the credit. I think that this was definitely a joint venture, and I've been talking enough, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it over to Brother Orvins.
Yeah, I mean, well said in many ways. I mean, the way this project came about, I mean, I don't act, so it's, and I can tell you right now,
Oh, come on, Loris, come on, Loris Denzel Washington, come on now.
Ain't no Cuba Gooding Jr., ain't no Denzel. You know what I'm saying? But once you call, you do what you do. But I had no experience in this type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? And but the way it began, I was, dealing with the Ron Dalton situation, with the Kyrie situation that happened. And, one thing lead to another. We met this sister who introduced me to her father. And, we spoke about some things in regards to the Ron Dalton situation, but it didn't pan out the way that, the Most High didn't allow it to happen. So a year later, this man, call his daughter and say, man, I need to talk to that dude, man. That, what I'm saying? A year later. So, but he was, I guess, moved in many ways, because, I mean, this is his word, like my personality. And he felt like I was one of these people, like I spoke positive, and I don't make excuses. I'm all about getting things done. You see what I'm saying? I don't blame anybody for whatever happens to me or whatnot, but I was very positive about making things happen, especially when it came to the Ron Dalton situation. And he remembered that. He remembered how positive of a conversation it was. And then he called me up and he was like, hey man, do you write films? Do you write? I said, no, I do not. I said, the only thing I do is I write music, I make music, I sing. Okay, this is what I do. He said, but you know what? I believe you can do it, man. I said, I said, one thing to believe, but to get it done. But then I remembered at that moment a couple of years ago, I was talking to Haj. I mean, we talk about this continually, but we knew at some point the Most High was going to use this gift. I mean, there's no reason why he would have had this man in the world and hone his skill in such a way to where he's not able to use that same gift, you see what I'm saying, to honor the Most High in the best way that he can. And one thing lead to another. That's how that all started. And then, of course, I got involved in that way. But I had no intentions of this. It just sort of kind of happened. And Haj was like, you know what? He wrote a script. So I told the man, okay, I believe I can get it done. If you calling me in a year later and you really believe in me more than I believe in myself. But I understood my limitation. And I knew that the Most High had placed someone in my life that had the ability. And so at that point, I knew I had to decrease. And I called Haji up and say, man, here's a chance, man. Here's your moment. We spoke about this. And for some odd reason, I believe this is what we're supposed to be doing, at least you. And I passed the baton to him. And I told the man a year later, we got it done. He was like, whoa, see what I mean? He said, I know you can get things done, and praise the Most High that he put Haji in my place, that I would be able to pass the baton to him so he can get it done, because he was trained to do that. And that's how that happened.
Yeah, and actually, that's actually a good segue into actually viewing the preview or the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna check out the trailer, family, and you're gonna see Lorvin's Denzel Washington. And yeah, let's check it out, and then we'll come back to the cast just to see how get everyone's thoughts on it. So let's check this out, family.
Stones down, folks.
You devils ready?
You owe me an album. Brother, there comes a time where we just got to get back to the money.
Well, with me, it's not all about the money. And by the way, I gave you an album, and you shelved it.
You damn right I shelved it.
Because you were singing the Lord is my shepherd. I can't play that in a strip club.
It's about my walk with God.
You're not the first nor the only one to walk with God.
I signed you. I made you.
Do old brothers forever. Come and repent. Who are you?
Okay, enough. If I win, we get back to the hits that make the chicks on the strip.
And we can let them get back to those little church concerts.
It's gonna be a blessing, Marshall, I tell you.
I wouldn't do that.
What just happened?
Are you ready to die today?
Consequences. Consequences. Action movie, fam. Action movie. So you saw, I know you saw Jay Lutch in there. So Lutch, what was your experience?
Oh man, it's my first time, just like Lord was doing something like this. So my experience was a really, really fun experience. From a novice perspective, me and Lord and Q doing this, it was really fun. But seeing the experienced man, and Elder Dawid and his experience coming forward, that always something I always speak on when I'm asked this question, because you see that it's not something easy to do. It's not something easy to just put together. And so it gave me great respect for those who do it, I love the experience because we got to give the perspective from the side that the life that we're trying to live. And so I enjoyed every bit of it. My experience was awesome. And I enjoyed working with the people. And, there's so many takes we had to go through to get it right. Man, it was all around great. It was a really, really great experience. I enjoyed it, every bit of it.
Awesome.
And not that we would grade anybody, you know, A, B, or C. I know as far as like acting wise, but how was Ima Yipa's acting?
Let her explain.
Uh-oh.
I'll tell it.
Thou shalt not grade yourself.
Right. So Ima, how was your experience?
Man, it was cool. It was really eye opening. Let me tell you, it ain't nothing but about four PDF pages, but it took forever. Like it's definitely something to be respected. If I was to grade anyone, I'd be like Haji had me stuck. I was like, this is for real. Like if you the way he is right now, he flipped. When you talk about I act crazy,
Right.
Jay Lunch is cool. He's in a whole different realm, and big kudos. And he was very patient. It's like he was patient with everyone with their parts. It's like to have to be coachable. Every moment was a coaching moment, a teachable moment, to capture, what he was trying to do, and just respecting the expertise. Like I've never done anything like it before. So it was a very, very beautiful experience. I praise the Most High for the experience. And like he said, I was the extra on the side. I didn't even know, but it's easy. It was kind of, the only hard part was like getting the angles, capturing the moments that you have to almost be in the mindset to do. Like it's like a force thing. It's not nothing, you have to like cut it on. But they were my brothers. They trust Haji, beautiful family. It was a very good experience.
But I actually had a question about that, because so you and Lutch, you guys are quintessential artists. I mean, you got songs out there. You dropping lyrics like crazy. I mean, I thought it would be easy, because you're putting together these lyrics all the time. It just seems like you're all the time, and it's flowing in these songs. And I'm just thinking that you're going off the dome. And I'm like, man, this, surely that when you sit in front of the film, it's just going to roll off the tongue too. So it didn't happen like that.
No, sir. I had three lines in back. Was like, what I supposed to say? three good lines.
Wow.
I mean, it's so different. I mean, as far as like who we do it for, I mean, I speak for myself. As far as why I'm doing, the purpose I'm doing, and who we do it for, absolutely. But it is definitely a different level of like creativity. It's I can't really explain it. Music, I'm in a booth. I don't need a camera. I don't need any cameras. I'm reading. But this, you have to get the angles. It has to be right. It has to be believable in a sense, because there's such thing as bad acting. You know what I mean? So Haji was making sure wasn't none of that going on. But he was so tender with it. Like he was like, this is what you do. Boo, 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 boo. You would think but when he came to his part, I said, oh, I see now.
Well, it's trying to get the the actor to tell the truth, that they are who they are, and then they have to put themselves, even though it's a fictionalized circumstance, they have to believe the words that are coming out of their mouth, and they have to know why they're saying what they're saying. You can't just convey words with no meaning. So a conversation that I have with Lawrence B, I bring a certain emotional history to that. I would convey that different to Lawrence than I would to my father, than I would to Benea. So when you know who you're talking to and you bring that previous history, it's not about, well, do I say it, falsetto? Do I go up and talk like this? Like, no. Know who you're talking to, and it'll come off with a level of authenticity that the camera will pick up on, because you believe it. And that's, I believe, that we were able to capture. But that may take some time. So they were saying we had to do several takes. You got to do the verses, different angles, you got cutaways and transitions. It's a lot that goes into it. It's more than just point and shoot. It really is an art form, and I would say that film has been the dominant art form of the last couple decades at least. It's been very influential, and I believe that what we're doing can be very influential and impactful on the culture as we continue to go forward and just share our stories for ourselves without looking for permission from anyone else.
So in your strive for excellence, and it's funny because when you first started off, you started off by showing some of the equipment that you used to shoot it, right? You got those different cameras, film. I think you said you had like what was a drone or something?
Yeah. Yes.
Now I know that had to be expensive. That's the thing that popped in my mind. I'm looking at every time you pull a piece of equipment up, I'm going chick-ching, drone, chick-ching.
Yeah.
And oh, go ahead.
With that, being said, shout out to my wife, Hokma, who has been in my corner, that understands what I'm trying to do. And essentially when you're buying, all this equipment, like you said, it's not cheap. It is not free, but you're investing in yourself and in the company. But that is, you could be taking money, food out of the mouth of your children. So you have to, be excellent and go about it and try to do the best business that you can. And I got some of the best actors that I could, and that's why I'm just so thankful that if we think about the way that when Moshe and our forefathers, when they were crying because Pharaoh was coming behind them, and Moshe cried to the Most High, and he said, "Why are you crying to me? What is in your hand? What's in your hand?" So I think that it's essential for every believer to give the Father only what is in your hand and allow him to bless that and multiply that and watch miracles manifest as you come up with an actual tangible strategy, not just hope, because hope is not a strategy. A tangible plan in order to execute it, and it'll come to pass.
Hallelujah. So just to circle back with Aki Lutch. So Jay, with all the reshoots that was done and all that, I mean, how did you survive? I mean, I know that it had to be trying, it had to be a grind, but I mean, when you're working for someone that's pushing you for excellence, like Elder Dawid, how did it go?
I mean, it's when you submit yourself to something, you're going to give your all to that, And so I survived, number one, by letting Lawrence do all the talking, and because he had the most lines and stuff. So he got the most lines and do all the talking. So I didn't have much. I was able to survive by, just trying to maintain what I had to do. And that it was pretty simple for me, but the reshoots, well, okay, we didn't get this right, walk back. Okay, I need you to do this, walk back. Okay, you didn't do that this time, walk back. So it's just, you have to have patience. You have to grow patience for the process. When you grow patience for the process, and you submitted yourself to what you're going to do, you're going to get it done. And so that's basically how I survived. The fact that Laura's got all the lines, and that helped me out greatly, because it gave me an opportunity to get in tune in what's happening. So that is how I survived.
Yeah. So Lawrence, how was it, having the bulk of the lines, man? I mean, that had to be. I know it's stressful, because in the little bit that I do as far as like videos and stuff, normally I'll sit down, I'll write a script out, of course, and I'll go through the script. But even reading a script, I got to do like all kinds of retakes. Voice inflection doesn't sound right. The tone doesn't sound right, or the emotion doesn't sound right. And I'm just doing all kinds of retakes. And I have the luxury of not necessarily having to show my face on camera while I'm doing it. But you're going beyond what I'm doing on YouTube, or on the social media. So how? I mean, speak a little bit about that.
I mean, it's crazy because I do music and I sing, and so you hear people say, "Man, how do you do this?" And I don't really think about it because I've been singing since I was 3, and so now I'm like, Haji got me this acting, and I'm like, how do you do this? This like you think you know yourself and you can be yourself until you have to be yourself on film. Man, that's not easy. Okay, like
Yes.
I'm like, dang, I feel like I don't know me. You know what I mean? So it's like, but and then you see him act, and you're like, are you serious? Like this brother, like, man, and it's like a newfound respect for people who do this. Like, it's not easy. Man, look, and I pride myself on trying to be good at whatever I do. But that right there, when I saw him acting, I'm like, boy, that's a whole nother level. But that motivated me, though. I'm like, man, you should have did this in the beginning, And so when I saw him doing it, it just like, okay, I see, like you really got to turn yourself off. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like being able to have the Ruach of the Most High, where you get out of yourself. You see what I'm saying? You have to get out of yourself and be the Ruach. Like the Ruach got to encapsulate you so that you can speak the word of the Most High. So now Haji got these words on paper, and I got to speak these words, and I have to kind of get out of myself. It's sort of like being yourself, but not really being yourself. You got to be that character, right? And so that's kind of difficult, man. But it was fun. I mean, he made it fun. I mean, then of course, your pal was acting the fool. You got J Lutch, and then everybody around. It just makes it a lot more pleasing when you just know the people around you. You see what I'm saying? When you kind of got to know each other and been going through stuff and things to that nature, and it's like it makes it a lot easier because you can let down your guard. You feel like you're not going to be judged for getting things wrong. If anything, they'll show you mercy and encourage you to get better. You see what I'm saying? And this is how it is in real life, being able to encourage one another to get better when we fall. You see what I'm saying? So in making the film, it made it so much easier to get things done. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah, well, I know I'm looking forward to it. I know Eamon Yapao did excellent. I know Aki J did excellent. And just kind of this based off of the little big, the little bit of trailer that we saw, we know it's well put together. And it's like I'm looking at like the car scenes, and I'm like, how?
Because hanging out the window. I'm gonna see you that footage, Haji, of Andy.
Listen,
on the freeway.
We had to resort. Yeah, we had to resort to guerrilla style filmmaking. I mean, I knew what I wanted. I knew that it was going to be difficult. We don't have a budget to lock down a highway or lock down streets. So we just kind of had to, get it and go and be quick about it. We were all on, on radios, talking back and forth, speed up, slow down. We're going to turn right, left here. So it definitely was not an easy task, but I'm thankful that, everybody just had such a great attitude about what we were doing. They did not understand why we had to do everything, but, just having a good attitude about it and really made all the world of a difference to me on a project, because, when somebody got a bad attitude, that can just destroy the chemistry and the energy that you're trying to build, and then the camera will pick up on that. So, but everyone did a phenomenal job. But yeah, I love action. Yeah, that's just what excites me.
that part was fun though, like being able to zoom on the highway like that. I'm glad we ain't nobody got no tickets. I mean,
right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go back and look at it again.
Right.
And we was really racing out there, bro. I'm talking about screeching and all. I'm like, what? Okay, this is something.
Yeah, I was, my brother, Yirmiyahu, he's not with us. He's traveling right now. But he was driving, and I was on the passenger side, and we were in a Charger, and he was saying, "Man, I'm gonna get this thing sideways." I'm like, "Bro, please wait a minute, wait for a minute." and you know, we had some scary moments, but you know, the Father was with us, and I'm thankful. You know, we weren't being irresponsible, but it's a way to capture these things, and I think that we were able to do it. I think that the audience is going to be very, very surprised because it's not what you think based on even the trailer. But I want to say this, Aki. You don't have, and I would love to get your feedback, and the rest of the cast. I prefaced that I led with this early that you really don't know what you believe in the absence of the trying of your faith. So we had, you know, two characters that really had very, very polar opposite dramatic needs. And they went after that. They pursued that. So you have a music exec who, and if you know anything about the Atlanta music scene, that any artist that comes out of Atlanta and some other areas, if you're a rapper, if you want to know whether or not your song is popping, they take that song to the street. That's where they validate whether or not a song is really going to get traction in the Southern market. So me having that backstory, understanding and knowing artists that have had to go through this, I understood that this mogul had to have this point of view versus you have someone that's a believer that's saying, no, I can't do that, but this is what I can do. And so that creates immediate tension. So what are your thoughts about that, Aki Benea, about just the tension? Because I don't feel like we can deny that the world exists versus show our faith in the midst of the world and then overcoming those challenges.
Yeah, I mean, every thing. How can I put it? There are different ways of telling a story, and I know I struggle with that as well. You know, it's like, so how should I tell this story? You know, from what perspective should I tell it? You know, that's not going to chase people away. And it's kind of funny because, like you said, elders, like, so I mean, we're, you know, when you go out to the grocery store, you know, you're among the world. If you're still working a 9 to 5, I mean, you're among, you know, non-believers and believers, and all sorts of things are going on around you. You go to a gas station. I mean, just the world is just happening like all the time, everywhere. You know, we're not in our land. We're in the land of our captivity, and like you said, it's like that life is just part of the ecosystem where we are, and I love the fact that, you know, the way that you're telling the movie, or the way that you're illustrating the movie, is like you're showing like that struggle of being inside that ecosystem, but trying to pull out of it. You know, trying to make that right decision. And I think it's, look, this past I mean, full transparency, like this past week or weekend, you know, my oldest son, you know, he goes off to college. You know, we dropped him off. He's trying to be an airplane pilot of all things. So he's going to flight pilot school. So, you know,
congratulations.
Yeah, man, it's a big step. So we dropped him off. And of course, you know, as we're going through orientation and moving him into his room and all this other stuff, and you got the fraternity guys, you know, walking through, and I'm getting flashbacks of when I'm in college, right? They got the fraternity guys, they got, you know, the young ladies and all this other stuff. And I told myself, I said, hey, you got one job. I was like, you got one job, you know. But it's like for people like my son that's in that environment, I think films like the one that you're putting together would speak to him, because it is where he is. It's where he is at this point in stage in his life. Like, and I'm sure there are other Israelites that have that same, you know, that same testimony.
Yes.
And to speak to that too, like when you think about it, we don't have nothing to counter that narrative. You see what I'm saying? So most people, when you're in college and things of that nature, you're watching these films, you're going to the movies, you're soaking all of this thing in. You're soaking all of it in. So there's really nothing to counter that, to say, maybe this is wrong to do. You see what I'm saying? Because this happens in reality. Like, I've been in this situation where you're talking to record execs and you're writing a song and they hear like, man, nah, man, girls ain't gonna be able to shake to that. And we take that to the strip club, them girls ain't gonna dance.
Right.
Right. That's literally the litmus test to see if the song is gonna be a hit. If the club is not jumping, the strippers ain't dancing or nothing like that, they really gonna pull the plug on that song because they feel like it's not gonna work. That's reality. And I've been there. So now we have something to say, you know what? Forget all of that. I don't want to do that. So now when someone who's coming up in the music, you know, who didn't have that choice before to be able to choose and say, you know what? I'm not going to sell my soul for no, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that. I seen Consequence and I ain't about that. I ain't about that. But if they didn't have that push, you know, something to plant a seed, then, you know, they would fall prey to what's going on in the world.
Now, not to get into conspiracy theories, this is facts. And that is like in the real industry, we know that there's a people that own that industry. I mean, I think you heard like folks like Candace Owens and Ye speak to it. He was like, artists come in, they come and go like the seasons, but like that head crew, like
right.
you know what I'm saying, like they're the ones that's there all the time and managing all this stuff. And so and actually what we're talking about is that industry. We're talking about that industry,
right?
And they are the ones that are pushing, like, you know, this stuff, you know, that can be played in the strip clubs. They're the ones that's pushing, you know, the gangbangers and all this other stuff, like the things that are you know, demeaning to women and you know, just money and cash and all this other stuff. And for the artists that are still in it, because we got plenty of brothers that's still in that industry.
Right.
I mean, who's the brother that did Not Like Us? Kendrick, like, you know, Kendrick, you know, Drake, you know, all those guys, they're still in it. And Kendrick knows who he is. You know what I'm saying? But he's still part of that industry, but he knows who he is. So it's like your film kind of, how can I put it? It shows how someone can get out of that industry, how someone can make the transition to, you know, being about that life, you know, being about that Hebrew life 100.
And that's so essential. You hit the nail on the head, because there is a way out, but to get out, this is going to cost you something. It's consequences that come along with it.
There it is.
And so that's what we explore. Brother Benet, I would love to hear Akoti Yapa as well as Jay Lush, their perspective on those two things, if you could.
Go ahead, Akoti.
I forgot the question. I ain't gonna lie, but because the kids is like bang. Like,
oh, they'll get you off topic every time.
What I was thinking about is I was thinking about the music, and y'all were on that level, and then y'all were speaking about you just talked about your son going to school and the fraternity and sororities being there, and I was thinking like, wow, really a decision up here trickles down here, because although it's on that level and it's music, right? But music trickles down to the colleges, right? And then the sororities. I was in a sorority. I was in Delta Sigma Theta, denounced them, burnt up everything. I was in that, and we were stepping to da, 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 da. You know what I mean? So it's there, even on our level, and we all 4.0 GPAs. Then we become, you know, we're mothers, and that trickles down to the kids, and then the bands got it, and then the high school bands, and all that. And I'm thinking like that decision there to not sell yourself short, to not sell yourself out, it actually trickles down it to basically to our community, to the base level of things. So it's really, really effective. That decision, like, I never used to think like my decisions affected people until I started having children. You know what I mean? And then I had to realize, wow, my mother's decision affected me. Then my decisions affected my children. So it's really a beautiful thing, even to start there. And there's so many ways to branch off. Like I done been in the sorority, so I could give that insight to where you could put that in film because they don't have that. Even to where I start waking up, and the most I start showing me how evil my sorority was. You know what I mean? How deeply embedded to Bohemian Grove, and they they worshiping goddess of Minerva to down to the ritualistic stuff that people don't, they're not aware of. People just say hazing, but it's so much stuff in there that I've seen. I was a chapter president, so when you guys were saying that, I was like, wow, like all this stuff just trickles down, and I definitely would love to. We definitely need to put that on display. You know what I mean? Because I have that insight, because I done sat there with a book, bringing girls through, being a chapter president, going to regional conferences. They don't know. They still
Right.
don't know. And even if you tell them, it's so crazy. That's a whole nother world, y'all. Like, talk about some whoredom. It's crazy. It's really crazy. So to capture that, it's millions of our sisters and brothers in these organizations still. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And yeah, I don't know if I answered this or not. I hope I did. I'm
Are you
sorry.
good?
Okay.
You good, Coty? And just to land
Awesome.
back on what you were saying, most high willing, I'm gonna do a lesson on that because I'm a little different when it comes to history and stuff like that. And I think there's some important history that has to do with sororities and fraternities and some misconceptions that people are running with as far as like about how they came about, because people don't, because context is important for certain things. Like people don't realize, like when fraternities and sororities came about, like that was during Black Wall Street. like
Yeah.
like there was when they was going burning down whole black communities and stuff like that. It wasn't like black folks was running stuff. We was
No.
trying to not be on that noose to be hung. Like they were lynching, like every weekend they was lynching
Yes.
somebody brown. So black folks weren't running nothing back then. We was running from something back
Right.
then, and that's when those fraternities and
Jewish
sororities.
funding, all that stuff. People
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
Like they histories,
yeah,
when you with Kappas and Alpha, when they
yeah,
go back to the source of their funding,
yeah.
all of it's like Jewish funding.
Mm,
Mm.
From I'm telling you, from going to like Howard, the brothers gathering at Howard, and
yeah,
how the Alphas came about, all of that stuff, they can throw Egyptology in there, but where they get their money from, it's
yeah,
all the same. It's all the same
Yeah, I
people.
mean
yeah,
Spellman, that's Rockefeller's wife.
Yeah.
yeah.
See, it's
They perpetuate. They definitely perpetuate that wickedness among us to try to keep us from the Most High. But I'm sorry, Lutch. Go ahead, Aki.
The conversation is just making me think about I was listening to a brother not that long ago, and he was talking about the separation of us, in groups of people, where they specifically choose, for lack of a better word right now, the ratchet of us. They specifically choose them to promote them and put all their money inside of them, so that they rise to the top, and this is what the other people of the world see of us, so they believe that this is the majority of us. And so it made me think of that. And so the movie Consequences, and how we try to move about as removing ourselves from those places, I think is very, very good, because it's just a good way to put the vision in front of your face of how it could look to remove yourself from that place. And so to see that, the character that Lovins is playing, and then, he has me, his brother Soul, the character Soul. He's got me aiding him and saying, hey, whatever we doing, we getting you out of there. That's the kind of the attitude is like. And so it's like, it's the brotherhood. What helps you to get out of places like that is you need someone.
Yes.
You need someone to help back you up. You need someone to help love on you. So, hey, you're not in this walk alone. Now, don't get me wrong. We all trust in the Most High. So if we got to do it alone, those with the faith, and the trust, they going to do that, of course. But not everyone is built like that. Some of us need a brother. Some of us need a sister. Some of us need family, somebody to walk with, those of us with like minds. So that's what I love about the Consequences movie is that, it's you can see that even on Elder's character side, Elder Dawid's his character side, he has somebody that's with him and what he's doing. So he has someone that aids him in producing, hey, we got to get this music in the strip club, man. And so, even to the point of making fun of what we're doing, and so as to make it look really bad. And so it just shows that you have to have a made up mind. You have to have a made up mind in whatever direction you're going in, that no matter what happens, you will not be deterred from it. You will not be deterred from it. You planted your feet on solid ground. Your foundation is consistent. Your foundation is good as the soil on the earth, and you are going to walk the path out. And so that's what I love about it. This is what it brings for me. This is what it does for me. And I hope other people can look into the cracks and the crevices of the movie, see that everything is well thought out, is well put together, so that you can put it together for your children, for your friends, for people who might be interested and say, man, look at this. Hopefully it strikes something in the brain, to make them think about exactly what it is that they're doing.
And I want to make this last point. A lot of times people see movies, and especially when Hebrews start doing stuff, all of a sudden, oh my God, there we go again. They're doing what the world doing. Da 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 da. It never stops. But anyways, while they're on the internet. But anyways, so it's just crazy. You're on YouTube telling them that they're using certain things that they shouldn't use while you're on YouTube. You know what I mean? So if you look at the scripture and the narrative with the Israelite, it's not all that pretty. It's giving you raw and dirty details as what's going on. It's the killing, the sinning, the adultery, all these different things, and the righteousness. So it's giving you a flip side. So when you see movies, it's the same thing. It's just that it's being ran by the powers that be, and you can tell by the narrative in the world who's running the world. So in the same token, too, when you see a different narrative, that tells you who's guiding that person, who their creator is. And so the Bible is just as real. So when we do film and when we do songs and anything, it should reflect our Father in a sense in the writing. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah, it's funny, Aki. I know when I became aware of my Israelite heritage, I went through a phase of I'm holier than thou. Don't touch me. I can't talk to you. I can't hang with you. You know what I'm saying? We would go to the assembly and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me. I mean, you clean. You on the time. And it's like, but then I started thinking about it. I was like, wait a minute. Well, I stopped and got gas, and I touched the pump, but somebody else touched the pump before I did, who wasn't clean, and then I walked into I walked out of my house. I walked into a building, and I grabbed the handle to walk into the building. Wait a minute, that handle's not clean. How can I get into the building? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and then I go to work, and as I'm looking around the office, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that 80% of the people in here are like atheists.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, it's part of the job. I work, effortlessly with them. We have a task to do. We get it done. We got to get the job done. But it's just that, and I had to come to myself. I was like, well, okay, but nah, chill out. Most High knows that we're living in the land of our captivity. And let's just start with the basics: feast days, holy days, going to Shabbat, and then kind of build it up from there. But also knowing that there were some certain things that's out of my control, that we just believe the Most High for the rest.
Man, amen to that.
Yeah, man. And that in and of itself is a level of maturity in the walk. A lot of people end up falling away at that stage, and they go back to their old ways. But for then, there's some of us that we have no place to go. My entire reality is interpreted through the lens of Torah. That's how I see the world. I can't unsee it any other way. So the things that I do as a vessel of the Most High, it doesn't matter if I'm right. It doesn't matter if I'm sound. It doesn't matter if I'm writing a script. Torah is going to be a part of what I do because it's who I am, not what I'm trying to portray. I don't care if you don't believe. That's irrelevant. What you think of me is really not my business. I have to please those and the one that has called me out of darkness into light. And that's my Heavenly Father. That's my number one goal, is to please him, and that's to keep the first commandment. So I don't look at, and I've said this in a previous moment, I'll say this and then I'll we can go into where people can be a part and partner with us. I said this, that I would hope that no one is coming to a film for salvation. I'm not trying to be your Maury with the narratives that I write. What I'm trying to do is to provoke thought and quite possibly speak a parable that has a weightier meaning, just like the Messiah did. And if you get it, you get it. And if you don't, maybe you will next time. But we're not trying to give you doctrine with our narratives. You can go to someone else. There's a lot of brilliant minds for that. I've been a Moray at one time. My brother G. Lunch has been a Moray at one time. We've been at different phases in our life, but the Father has us here. So I'm going to be present and accounted for, and try to be the best writer and director and actor that I can be, so that he will say, well done. And I have to juxtapose that, as everyone has been saying, with the wilderness of the Western world, with the reality of the debauchery, the conflict that exists just going to Quick Trip. You encounter challenge. So it's important for us to show those challenges, not glorify it, but it's part of our experience.
Yeah, just to land back on what you said, just real quick, because I know we got to go. But Elder, they said the same thing about the Book of Clarence. You remember the Book of Clarence? When it first came out, they had problems with it. They said, "Oh man, this is black." Elder, when I played the Book of Clarence trailer on my channel, you wouldn't believe the comments that was all over the chat. It's like, "Oh, that's heresy. That's, just people were just going crazy on it before they even saw the film."
Yeah.
So I'm going to speak on myself. So as a dummy, I'm speaking about myself. I believed it and commented on it before I saw it. But then actually, I think it was Pastor Kelly or somebody was like, "Man, did you see the film?" I was like, "No." He was like, "You probably need to go and see the film." So I went and saw it, and I'm sitting in the film saying, "This whole film is about the Most High. It's about a man." It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of your film about somebody. He started down the wrong path. He was Clarence was an atheist, and I'm sorry if you haven't seen it by now, but I'm just going to tell you. But Clarence was an atheist, right? And then just through his whole journey throughout the movie, I mean, he proves that the Most High is real. The whole film proves that the Most High is real, that the Messiah was real. And and it's just that, if you take to your point, Elder, it's like, if you take that mindset that I don't know. If you take that mindset, family, you're going to miss out on a whole lot.
Yes.
And, Book of Clarence was a good movie, and I haven't seen this movie yet, but from what I know, it's going to be a good movie.
Yeah, it's actually it turned out to be an all right movie, but not only that, and how they depicted the people. Someone knows something. You see what I'm saying? It seemed like all the people in the Middle East was dark hue. You see what I'm saying? And then the enemy came in a different color. So, it just seemed like somebody knows something, and they just try to, what I'm saying? So, but when you look at these little nuggets here and there, you're like, man, somebody they being a little slick. You know what I'm saying? But you appreciate that type of art. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So where can they see the film? Or when is
all right, awesome. Great question. So, family, you just seen the trailer that of Consequences that stars our brother Lorbins, our brother Jay Lunch, and our sister Yapa Q. We will be screening this film in Atlanta, Georgia on August the 24th at 7:30 at the beautiful Porter Sanford Theater. We will be at the Porter Sanford in Atlanta. You can go to Eventbrite and you can purchase your tickets there. The tickets are essentially for us to pay for the venue, for us to have this experience. We're going to have Q&A with the cast, and we want to meet everyone because we're trying to build a group that can partner with us and grow with us and be a part of the genesis of this journey as we fulfill our assignment. But we realize that we need you in order to do so. But I'm also confident that whenever the Most High leads you, inspires a man to do something, that he will always send a patron. He'll send help, that all you have to do is be obedient. So I'm hoping that you will come down if you are in Atlanta, and we may be considering screening it in other cities as well as screening it online. And if you would like for us to screen it online and you would like to be a part of that, put that in the chat, and our brother Benea can share that information with us. But we will be at the Port of Sanford, August the 24th, 7:30. You want to be there. That's where they can see the project.
Can someone put the link in the chat, I guess, for Eventbrite, if you have it handy? That way
I'll do that, beloved.
Okay, and I'll pin it to the top of the chat. That way, when people come back and rewatch the interview or the movie, they'll be able to see it, or the video, they'll be able to see it.
Excellent.
But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. You're in my backyard, Moray. So I'm looking forward to it.
Let's go.
And then afterwards, me and Lutz, we can go to Cracker Barrel. That's Jay Lutch's favorite place. Isn't that right, Lutz?
Okay, that's why you want to go to Cracker Barrel. Okay. That makes a lot of sense now. Oh man.
Yeah. So definitely support Ms. Picard, support. Like I said, things like this, family, it's always great to support it's always great to support Israel. And just so that you know, family, because I know I'm probably super sensitive to this topic, because what I tell people is like, anytime you're putting a video together, it's like you pay for every second of film time in the video. You know what I'm saying? Like especially when you're watching my videos and you see like a little clip of a school bus or a clip of a bird or something like that, it's like everything has to be accounted for from a license perspective, like everything. Mm-hmm. If it doesn't, then certain things happen to your video, as in you'll see like a ton of commercials on there, and don't blame me for that. That's just the YouTube doing its thing. But just long story short, family, that's why I'm always appreciative of our family that support us. I mean, I'm very appreciative of my Patreon family, of the community, of those who donate. Thank you, family, because Most High, for letting the Most High work through you all to help support us. And we say a prayer for you all. May the Most High continue to bless you and keep you and strengthen you and protect you in these last days. Cause us all to endure to the end. I mean, bless you 100-fold for whatever donations you give us, and the support that you also give our Miss Picard as well, especially with this film. So, any last comments, thoughts, recommendations to Miss Picard, to family, as far as the film's concerned? I guess we can start with, I guess, Elder, we'll start with you and then just go around the room.
Well, all praise to the Most High. Thank you once again, Brother Benea, for opening up your platform and allowing us to share. We're truly humble and sincerely appreciate you, and don't think that it's a small thing. So, Toda Rabbah, and blessings to your house and to your hand. I hope that everyone, I just placed the link in the chat, if they would like to be there, if they're in Atlanta, or if they would like to see the screening. They can go to the Eventbrite link and purchase a ticket there, because we're definitely going to be doing more. We're looking forward to collaboration over competition, and just really doing what the Father has told us to do, and traveling and just taking this message to the entire diaspora. I was talking to Lawrence, like, man, we trying to do some filming in South Africa. I don't know about y'all. I fell in love with it. I could move to South Africa. It's beautiful. And that was even before I knew Ron was there. So it's beautiful. They'll be my last words. Thank you again. I'm thankful to the Most High. I'm thankful to my family, my wife, and truly this was a labor of love for my entire family. My sons were the grips. Shout out to Andy, who was our DP. He did a phenomenal job. But my sons were the grip. They were doing lights. They were carrying things. And my wife was making food and feeding people. So I'm just thankful to just have family behind me. Toda Rabah.
Hallelujah. Aki Lorvins.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for everyone for coming and just fellowshipping with us to talk about this film Consequence, which produced by Haji, directed by Haji, 401 Line Production. Appreciate all the cast members and who came and just lend their talent to be used in this endeavor. And Benaiah, of course, thank you so much for having us on. And thank you for everyone for being able to listen. Like you said, please support this film. It's just a little short film that we're doing to take us to another level into a featured film. So, just support the work. I mean, if it moves you and you watch it, eventually we'll have it online. But for those that are coming to Atlanta, we look forward to seeing you so that you can preview it first. And then, of course, we'll decide what we're going to do with it collectively and how you'll be able to see it. And we'll make sure that Benaiah knows that his audience can see it as well. Thank you so much. We're going to continue to do the work. We know there's a lot of stumbling block and people coming against what we do. And that's anything you do. You know what I'm saying? But you got to keep doing the work. And that's everyone, no matter what you do. I don't care if it's cooking, cleaning, teaching, doing featured films, whatever it is the Most High entrusted, keep doing it. Keep doing it. And pray that, he bless your hand and that he gets the glory pretty much for everything that we do.
All right. And Okoti Yapaku, any thoughts?
Yeah, I would just like to say thank you again, Brother Haji, even for you, Brother Benaiah, for having my brothers on and, showcasing their talents and their gifts and everything like that. And to the audience, please support these brothers. Um, our brothers in the world, like they need to see good things happening from good brothers with some type of moral compass, brothers who are turning their life around and giving their life back to the Most High. They use their gifts for righteousness, and aside from what they can gain in the world, we need this. Sister, share this with your son, share this with your families. I mean, everyone, we need things like this. There's enough content out there that's promoting wickedness and keeping our people in a ditch. So I'm really honored, just to be amongst these brothers. Y'all know these are my brothers, these two. We talk every day. They have brought me from a mighty far place, you know what I mean? So anything that they got going on, I just love to be there and support. I always say I'm the lady they really don't talk about with the disciples. That's how I be feeling. So please, please, please support the film, support the movement. I seen somebody say we need Bible movies. This is a Bible movie. I mean, because the Bible translated to real life. Those people had real lives going on. And if you look deep enough, you can see the message. And everybody's bait ain't gonna be the same. You know what I mean? So just pray for these brothers. Continue to pray for us that we use our gifts for the Most High. Again, thank you, Brother Benaiah. Please don't forget to support. Don't forget to support Brother Benaiah's page. How'd you go, Lily? Lorvis, Lutch. Don't forget to support these brothers. I really appreciate it. I praise the Most High for these moments. And thank y'all. Shalom.
Shalom. Thank you, Okoti. Aki Lutch, any comments?
It's a blessing to be a part of this movement, this work that Elder Dawid and Lorvis have put together. Listen, you can speak against it all you want. We don't care. Honestly, we don't care because we're trying to put a work forward that we can glorify the Most High, to lift his name up higher than ours. And so that's our mission. That's our job. So, Anyone who's been through hardships in life, you should understand what that sounds like and what that looks like, you know, because you're going to maintain the mission. If you're rooted in what it is that you're trying to do, you're going to push forward. You're going to push forward no matter what anyone has to say. And so our mission is to get some views on this so that brothers and sisters, when they see it, if they're in similar situations, it can help them out. You will be surprised to find out how many people reach out to try to speak to someone because they're in situations that they need advice on. And so things like this help get an eye and ear on things. It helps people to change their mind from the place that they're in. And so we want to glorify the Most High with that. Anytime we can gain a soldier for the Most High, man, we've done our job. We've done our job, and that's what we want to do. So this ain't about us. This ain't about us. This is about pushing forward to get the message out, to see it is what it is that we're doing and the life that we're living, so that we can try to inspire others to go and live for the Most High in the way that the Most High guides them to do so. So it's an honor to be a part of the project. You know, I love my brothers. I love my sister. You know, I'm always going to be with them. I'm always going to rock with them through good, through bad, through ups, through downs. No matter what we're going through, we're going to strive to get beyond our personal difference and move beyond pride and ego so that the word of the Most High can get out. That's what this is about. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Well, just want to thank. We just want to thank everyone for all of our guests for joining. Thank you for allowing me to be able to share this excellent movie, or with family and Mishpachah. And I want you, the family, just keep us in prayer, because most high willing, at the end of this week, Aki Lorvins was going to have an announcement to make with the African Israelite Justice Foundation, but we just got to wait on some things. But Aki Lorvins, he's on the cusp of something great. So just pray for us, family. Like I said, we just have to dot I's, cross T's and stuff like that. And most high willing, we'll have a major announcement as far as an event tailored for the end of this year that you definitely are not going to want to miss. So we'll just wait and see how it goes. Most high willing, we will have something. We might set up something for Friday. We'll see. I have to.
Yeah, we'll wait. We gotta wait till Wednesday, right?
Yeah, we gotta wait till Wednesday.
All right. So.
Yep. So.
And then, one thing about what I love about you, Benaiah, and and this is where we meet eye to eye when we do things. It's for the people, man. It's for the Most High's people, and the thing about it is we want this awakening and your journey to be fruitful. So you can find your purpose in what the Most High is calling you to do. You see what I'm saying? While at the same time, we're encouraging to being able to fellowship in love. And wherever we meet, we can smile. We can have a conversation. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have that. Everywhere they go, they're either being judged or they're being even thrown to the wolves or whatever, this and that. But can we have some love sometimes? Can we just be able to smile and be able to touch on one another face to face and not always this ninja typing stuff and online? I don't even know what they call it. I might be butchering it. All these keyboard ninjas, they say, whatever. I'm sorry, I'm not from here. So, I may say stuff, but it sounds crazy. Jay laughing because I know how they laughing. But we love the fellowship. We love to have fun, and we love the company of one another. But in righteousness, man. But yeah, we got a special announcement coming soon.
Yeah, and just one last land back. See, every time you talk, Lawrence, you maybe want to land back. One last land back, and that is, with the African Israelite Justice Foundation, because family, one of the things that we want to bring to the not in remembrance, but just bring out in the open is what the enemy of Israel is like trying to do to us all the time. Like even now, as we speak, they're doing things, but you may not be aware of it. And we just want to bring that to light. And and the reason why I'm bringing that up is once you understand that we're being attacked, there's an enemy out there that's working around the clock for trying to come up with the demise of Israel because he knows his kingdom is coming to an end, right? You understand that we don't have time for petty stuff, man. We don't have time for that, especially like you look at how Jerusalem fell and you look at the history about the infighting, about how when they worked together, like they beat Titus back. They had Titus running for the hills. But then while Titus was licking his wounds in the hills, Israel, we started fighting again. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, come on now. So like I said, maybe it's just me because, you know, Most High has me looking at history and learning history, and I see the errors that cost us Jerusalem back then, and you see the same thing kind of playing out now. I'm like, whoa. No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that because Jerusalem fell because of that stuff. So, you know, that's where I'm coming from, family. It's like we got to learn to come together. All of our differences, we got different doctrines. We come from different assemblies. You know, whatever the cause is, family, we got to learn to squash that, put that, bury it, put it in the ground, and just move together and get up out of Babylon. Let's go home.
Yeah.
Let's go home. So, but all right, Mr. Picard, like I said, I won't keep you. I know we're already over our time, but love your family, love our panel. Thank you, family. Blessing, peace, and blessings to everyone. And check out the movie. And shalom.
So perfect you are light, great and majestic. Yeah. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but you will remain. So I say, there's no greater, no greater, no greater. There is no greater. There's no greater, no greater, no greater. I have ever known. It's a name I have ever known. You swear by your name with blood. Oh, there's no greater love, no greater love. The only one who can save us all. Catch me when I fall. You catch me when I fall. So I magnify your coldest name. No name is greater than you. There's no greater, no greater, no greater name I have ever known. There is no greater. There's no greater. No great name I have ever known. It's a name I have ever known. It gives me hope to speak your name. I'm not ashamed to say Yahudah, Yahudah. You are worthy to be praised. I need your presence in this place. So much power in your name. There's no greater, no. There's no greater, no greater, no greater, no greater, no greater, no greater, no name greater. There's no greater, 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 no greater. That's greater than yours, Yahudah. No greater, hallelujah. No name greater than yours. No name greater than yours. No greater, no name is greater. It's greater than yours. No name is greater.